Wrestling fans, welcome to another action-packed, exciting hour of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Professional wrestling the way it used to be and the way you like it. I'm Bob Caudle, and we've got a special edition of Smoky Mountain Wrestling for all you fans this week from our hometown base in Morristown, Tennessee. We're going to be going back and looking at some of the events that happened at Christmas Chaos. We got a tremendous main event for all you wrestling fans this week. And Dutch Mantell, my tag partner here. What about Down and Dirty, Dutch?
Okay, my special guest today for all the fans here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the legendary Ron Wright will be with us, and he's got a real good special announcement for all you fans, plus the main event today. Only on Smoky Mountain, the Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin and Tim Horner are going to be taking on the team of the Dirty White Boy and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff right here today.
All right, and Dutch, Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong is right here with us. And Commissioner Armstrong, I understand you got some big news about a big special match that'll take place right here next week on Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
You're right, Bob. Next week, for the first time, we'll make history right here. We'll crown a TV champion in a Beat the Champ TV title match. Now, 4 men have been selected at random. They are Jimmy Golden, Killer Kyle, Mr. Tracy Smothers, and the Dirty White Boy. That match will all take place, and by the end of next week's TV program, we'll have our first Smoky Mountain TV heavyweight champion.
Exciting things, fans, are happening right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Now, we're going to be back. We'll have more. You stay with us right now. Let's take this time out.
A new championship will soon be at stake in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. The Beat the Champ TV title holder will be crowned right here on television in the near future, so stay tuned for further details. The rules are as follows. The names of all SMW wrestlers go into a hat, a blind draw is made, and 4 contestants are chosen. These 4 men will meet in a 4-man elimination match. The winner will be the first Beat the Champ TV title holder and receive $1,000. Each week on TV, he will defend that title against an opponent chosen by a blind draw, and each additional victory earns him $1,000. If the champ defends successfully for 5 straight weeks, he wins an additional $5,000 and retires undefeated. If he is beaten before that time, the new champ earns $1,000 and the opportunity to go on to defend for 5 weeks. The title can change only by pinfall or submission. Disqualification, countout, or time limit draw are as good as a win for the title holder. That's why the challenger must beat the champ.
All right, fans, with us right now, here's the Mongolian Stomper, primetime. Brian Lee, Brian, of course, you guys, with Kevin Sullivan. You guys have been having some really, really tough times.
You know, tough times isn't the word for it. If you look here, you see my ribs aren't 100%. And Kevin Sullivan, you didn't get the job done because primetime Brian Lee's still right here in your face. You know, you have Nightstalker at your side. You know, Nightstalker, you have everything it takes to be a good wrestler. You're big, strong, and even a great athlete, but you don't have a mind because Kevin Sullivan's leading you around like a dog. But when you want to talk about lunatics, look at my partner here. He has not one brain cell left. It doesn't matter to him. He tears them from head to toe. So I'll tell you what, Kevin Sullivan, I don't know where and I don't know when, but when primetime Brian Lee gets his hands on you, it's curtains for you, Daddy. And I'll tell you what, and I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again, you're good, but you're not ready for prime time.
All right, and talking about that, fans, we want to go back right now. Let's look at some of the action that took place at Christmas Chaos between these 2 teams. Let's watch it right now.
Fine weight of Kevin Sullivan, the Nightstalker, over 500 pounds. We could say the same thing for primetime Brian Lee, the Mongolian Stomper. Right away, we've got the Nightstalker going at it with the Mongolian Stomper. Kevin Sullivan, dressed as the Santa Claus, rips that Santa Claus suit off and goes to work with a frying pan at the rib cage of primetime Brian Lee. And now they double team the Mongolian Stomper. Primetime Brian Lee took a lot of punishment at the hands of Kevin Sullivan, who came in the ring dressed as Santa Claus. And he's stomping away at the ribs of primetime Brian Lee. Kevin Sullivan, who came in earlier dressed as Santa Claus, was sitting at the table at the drawing for our lucky program number. We thought that was the authentic Santa Claus, but when the match started, primetime Brian Lee catches Sullivan in the back with a chair. Oh, he got the Nightstalker too. Again, Sullivan catches the chair. Primetime Brian Lee lets the Nightstalker have it. There is the bell. Why are they ringing the bell? I don't know. There's the scoop and the body slam. Primetime Brian Lee hurt his ribs that time, and Kevin Sullivan comes right back and starts putting that boot to Primetime Brian Lee's rib cage. Stalker on the outside. No, Mongolian Stomper on the outside. Stalker inside. And the Stalker drops that elbow into the rib cage. Primetime Brian Lee. Mongolian Stomper brings the table into the ring. He is going to go after the Nightstalker as Sullivan and the Nightstalker bail out. Primetime Brian Lee injured again at the hands of Kevin Sullivan, who came in.
All right, fans, and that's just a little bit of what happened there at Christmas Chaos. And you heard from Primetime Brian Lee about these two here. They are the master, Kevin Sullivan and the Nightstalker. Stalker?
Brian Lee, you had the opportunity of a lifetime, but you've made a grave mistake. You came out of the hospital just a little too early. You're not ready. You can't beat this team. I don't care who you bring. Commissioner Bob Armstrong, you can get him. He can't help you. The Mongolian Stomper, he can't help you either. There's no one anywhere who can beat the master and the Nightstalker, because you see, the family is just not in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. The family is all over the entire world. Master, share some knowledge with these people who don't know what they're doing.
Brian Lee, let me ask you this. Was Christmas and Santa good to you? It's Stomper. Somebody told me at Christmas time you got stuck in the chimney and got singed. Well, listen to Bob Armstrong. You can bring them in from all over the world. You can bring the Stompers. You can bring the Mongolians, the whole family, along with Brian Lee. You see, Bob Armstrong, you've really put the pressure on me. You've made me a sick individual. I don't like to go out and take spikes and spike people. You see, Bob Armstrong, 6 times this week. 6, count them, 6 times. I went to the psychiatrist and laid down. He told me, you're like a father figure, Bob Armstrong. I hated my father, Bob Armstrong. I hated him. It's you.
It's okay, Master. Everyone hated your father. It's not your fault. It's not your fault of what happened to your father.
It's okay, Bob Armstrong.
It's not your fault.
I'll tell you this, Bob Armstrong. Everybody pays. Everybody pays all the time. Brian Lee, take a look at this. Mongolian Stomper, take a look at this. Because when you lay your way in down at night, you're gonna have nightmares.
Fans, we'll be back. We'll have action right after this.
Wrestling fans, keep in mind, Smoky Mountain Wrestling is coming to Barberville, Kentucky tonight at the Knox Central High School. Bell time at 8 p.m. You're going to see Kevin Sullivan taking on Primetime Brian Lee, and in a grudge match for the Smoky Mountain title, it's the Dirty White Boy against White Lightning Tim Horner.
White Lightning Tim Horner, you know, finally at last, the commissioner, Bob Armstrong, did something right. He got my belt back that White Lightning stole. But what's he turn right around and do? He gives White Lightning another title shot. Well, that's fine and dandy. Go on, give Tim anything he wants. Because this time, Horner, I'm going to beat your stinking brains out, punk. You're throwing in my side. This means everything to me. And when I get you in the ring, my dear friend, I'm going to finish a job I started a long time ago, and that's taking you out. I'm going to do a job on you. Your old lady won't even recognize you. So you show up, punk, and see if you can get the job done.
It's Smoky Mountain Wrestling tonight in Barberville for the tag team titles. The Rock and Roll Express against the Heavenly Bodies. If the Rock and Roll wins, they get 5 minutes alone with Jim Cornette.
You know, I realize you people would expect me to be upset about this, and yeah, I am upset about it. Bob Armstrong, the people at Smoky Mountain Wrestling treating me like an idiot, throwing me in the ring if the Rock and Roll Express win, but that's a big if. Because you remember the last time there in Barberville in that 6-man tag team match, I'm the one that beat Robert Gibson. I slapped him, I knocked him down, knocked him out, and I pinned him 1, 2, 3. Well, I got news for you people of Barberville. I know that usually what you have for dinner is whatever was too slow crossing the road yesterday. So I tell you what I'm going to do. The Rock and Roll Express, they ain't getting me. No, that ain't going to happen. But what they are going to get's a beating. The Heavenly Bodies are going to get their tag team title back that they rightfully own, and then just as a little present, just as a little show of my affection for all you Eastern Kentucky welfare recipients, I'm going to have one of these nice, bright, new, shiny food stamps for everybody there in Barberville.
Chris Comet, who I tell you already is, I think, making some waves around professional wrestling. A lot of people are talking about this young man and just all of the tools that he has. That he's probably going to go a long way in this professional wrestling.
Well, now that's your untrained opinion, Bob. That's not the opinion of myself. I'm a trained professional in these type of things, and I don't think that, you know, he may go a long way and he may not. First of all, this Jeff Daniels is a pretty good wrestler in his own right. But we'll see before this match is over. Oh, that's a good move there. But a good move, a good move does not a match make.
Oh no! You got to follow it up, Dutch, and of course he did not, because Daniels
follow it up.
Yeah, Daniels got right out of the ring immediately, and that stopped it. Look there, right through the ropes. Both feet landed there, over the rope. That flying press, and that came all the way over the top rope.
Wait a minute, is that legal?
Daniels was down on the floor.
Is that legal?
Ring.
Is that legal?
Yeah, it was legal. At least the referee is counting, and he is counting on Daniels at this point. And now here is Comet going to get that wrist as he gets back to the ring.
Let me just go back a few minutes ago. Kevin Sullivan, the master, was out here with a Nightstalker. And what was he talking about? Bob Armstrong has made him a sick man?
Yeah, sent him to the psychiatrist.
Bob Armstrong can do that to you. Have you ever sit a while and listen to Bob Armstrong talk? He will drive you babble. He will drive you nuts.
What do you mean?
Well, he doesn't make any sense half the time he talks. Sometimes he's coherent.
Incoherent. When I've been talking to him, he's always made perfect sense. Right there, you saw Comet duck under that, come back. Look at this move. Dutch, he may pin him out of this. 2. Oh, it counted 2. And Daniels kicked out. That was a good, quick move. He shows a lot of athletic ability, and that's what we've said about this youngster, Dutch, and that being a rookie and only 19 years old with all of the moves and the athletic ability he's got, that already the fans and the people are buzzing about him.
Did I mention who my special guest was on Down and Dirty with Dutch today? The legendary Ron Wright. Wait a minute.
On the rope, you see him bounce and cut that flip right off of that top rope and in with that wrist. Dutch, you don't see many moves like that, and
well, the reason you don't see many of them because very few of them work. See, that is called a high-risk maneuver. And it's not called high risk just for the heck of it. It's called high risk because that's exactly what it is. See, when you get up there, he came off just a little bit wrong. Now, he recovered. I'll give him credit there. He recovered from the move, but yet, see, so many things in that sequence could have gone wrong, and he could have ended up on his head.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Just
now, I could do
an arm or a foot to catch him in the right place. Well, he was going to go with that hip toss. Did not work.
Oh, yes. Now they're buzzing about this Chris Comet guy.
Yeah, and that's going to slow him down, that's for sure. Here's Daniels now with a big foot right to the back of the head, and now the big left hand again to the back of the head and just to the back of the neck. He's got Comet in a little trouble now, going to whip him all the way across the ring. Dutchy ducked under that blow, and again coming back. 1, 2, oh, only 2 again.
He almost overextended himself on that. He went over and almost lost Jeff Daniels on the downturn. But he recovered. Now, you see what he's doing now. He's almost doing recovery wrestling. I think he's overcompensating I think he's a little nervous, and I think Jeff Daniels may have him just a little bit perturbed at this point. Now, that's my professional opinion. You may look at it differently.
Well, you see Comet with the arm bar, and he's got pressure now on that arm as they're going to get to their feet. Daniels is going to use a hair. That's going to give him a little extra. Coming right into the knee when he came off of the rope. Boy, he had a full head of steam, Dutch. He got that knee right into the midsection. Let's talk again in just a moment. I want to remind our fans about our big main event, Dutch. That's a Lulu. You talked about it earlier.
Whoa, did you see that move on Comet? Now we're going to test this Chris Comet and see if he's got any guts or not. But fans, if you tune in late, what Bob's talking about, our big main event today, the Dirty White Boy and Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, will be taking on in a tag team competition. The team of Tim Horner and the Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin. We got a winner.
Young Chris Comet, our winner, fans, and we're going to get White Lightning Tim Horner out here and talk to him, and then you're going to see Down and Dirty with Dutch. All right, fans, and with us right now here is, again, Smoky Mountain Commissioner Bob Armstrong. Commissioner Armstrong.
Well, everybody's really excited about the TV title match here to be held next week. But
right.
We've got another problem, Bob, is that's our Smoky Mountain heavyweight title belt now. Tim Horner took that belt here 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've asked Tim where the belt is, and Tim said, I don't know where the belt is. I took him at his word, but I think Tim's man enough and upfront enough that he'll bring that belt back because rules are rules. Yeah. He's got to bring the belt back, and it's got to be won according to our rules. If we don't have those to go by, then what have we got to go by?
Yeah, and Tim, I know, is the type of guy, he wants a belt, but he wants to win a belt and have it. And here is Tim Horner, and I guess a friend of Tim's, and that's what you've been looking for, Commissioner. There's the belt. Tim?
You know something, Bob? Professional wrestling is a tough sport. The object of the game is to pin your opponent for a 3 count, and I know, Commissioner, you know that as well as anybody. And I think that's what I did a few weeks ago. Everybody's wanting to know where the belt's been. I didn't have it. This fella right here had it. But I'll tell you something. I know you've got your job to do. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and I'm man enough to come out here. If it's right, it's right, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. And if we got to give this belt back, that's what we do. But I guarantee you the next time, Dirty White Boy, there won't be any discrepancies. I'll beat you for the 3 count, and this belt will be mine, and it'll be my buddies here, JT's. We'll get it back here, buddy.
Tim, I appreciate you coming out. Tim Horner's much of a man, and I appreciate if I had my way about it, that little gentleman could keep this belt forever. But I'm going to give Tim Horner another chance, and if he beats that white boy this time, no if and buts, where, who, or whenever, he'll get this belt. I'll give it to him myself, and he can do with it what he pleases.
All right, fans, that's the story about the belt from Tim Horner and Commissioner Armstrong. We're going to be back. We'll have more right after this timeout.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling is now offering official merchandise by mail. You can have the excitement of Smoky Mountain super shows like the Volunteer Slam and Fire on the Mountain on videotape. All the weekly SMW TV shows are available on home video, custom made to your order. Be fashionable with SMW t-shirts and baseball caps. Get an autographed photo of your favorite star. For a complete list of items, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, P.O. Box 1279, Morristown, Tennessee 37816. Send for your brochure today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Down and Dirty with Dutch. I'm Dutch Mantell, and you're not. And as promised, my special guest on today's Down and Dirty with Dutch is the legendary Ron Wright. Let's give a big hand, everybody, for Ron Wright right now, a man who has beaten people up all the way from Charleston, West Virginia, to Atlanta, Georgia, to Memphis, and all over. And Mr. Wright, I want you to know that it is a pleasure to have you on my segment.
I appreciate it, Mr. Mantell. It's a pleasure to be on your segment. You've got the top segment in the wrestling in the world today, and it is my honor to be here. You know, I'm so happy. I'm managing the Dirty White Boy. He got a title over here. He's a champion. Let me tell you something. He's beating everybody in the country. This running through him like a dose of salts. We're going to have the TV title the time this thing's over here today. We're going to have all of these belts. But there's some other stuff I'd like to talk about. I've been watching this Reno Riggins, a new man that's come in here. This man's showing a lot of promise to me and a lot of stuff. I've got some videotapes that I'd like for him to run. Let everybody see this man and see just what I'm talking about.
All right, let's go right now. Let's see some videotape on Reno Riggins.
You gotta be ranked number one. You gotta be the top contender.
Everybody in Smoky Mountain Wrestling knows it. We've been here the longest. We're the baddest, and we've proved it over and over and over. We beat either one of them teams up there right now.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Jimmy. I'm gonna put the. He's made a couple of appearances here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and yet his one-loss record is not too good. But he is a very talented young man. But I think he is. On that. He didn't win, did he? But yet at the same time, oh, wait a minute, Riggins may get a win right here. Nope.
The one that's going to give ground. Oh, it's Riggins with a drop kick.
Well, I'll tell you, this Riggins has more than held his own here against Mr. Wonderful here. I hope he doesn't make a mistake because...
A reversal on that whip, and Riggins over the ropes.
Oh.
Down, he's onto the top rope, into the corner.
Oh, beautiful dive. Wait a minute. Orndorff goes through. He gets a win. Okay, everybody saw the video that you brought, Ron, on Reno Riggins, and Reno has joined us right here. And you have something to tell him?
Yeah, I've got something I wanted to talk to this man. You know, I brought some videos here and show to you. You've got some real, raw potential in this wrestling world. You know, if you had an old pro like the legendary Ron Wright to get you out there and give you a little pointers and a little coaching, let's hear it from you. You know, I could take a man like you that's got the real raw, uncut diamond talent like you have and probably make a star out of you like I've done with this dirty white boy. Now, I've kind of been mulling this over in my mind, talk to the dirty white boy. You know, if you'd come in and sign a contract with me, we'd let you go around to all of the matches. You might have to polish a dirty white boy's belt, maybe polish my boots, carry his bags in, but you would be associated with the top wrestler in the world and the top manager in the world. Are you grasping what I'm telling you, son? But being in our presence, our talents, and my mind and my ability, I'm going to implant it right up there in your brain and probably make you the second best wrestler in the world. Now, what would you say about putting your name on the dotted line in a contract for me, huh?
Well, Mr. Wright, it's true that you do manage the Dirty White Boy, and he is the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion. So he's tops here in the Smoky Mountain area, and you're a legend in your own right. And that's an awful lot because nobody here in Smoky Mountain has really taken the opportunity to speak with me about anything like this. And I just... I tell you, Mr. Wright, since I came here to Smoky Mountain, I've always wanted to be a champion. I know being a champion takes a lot of hard work, and you're offering me this right now. If you wouldn't mind, I would kind of like to think on it a little bit if you'd give me a chance to do that.
Son, you mean you want to think on the offer that the legendary, world-known, renowned professional wrestler, brain of the wrestling empire that I am, you want to think on it? Well, let me tell you something, son. If you think, you better do your thinking short and fast, because a lifetime opportunity like this only comes once in a lifetime to a man that's needing a little more training like you are.
Okay, so Mr. Riggins, you're saying you want to think on it? All righty, you think on it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Down and Dirty tonight, Down and Dirty with Dutch. You heard the offer, and don't go away. We'll be right back. It's a good offer. It's a good offer.
All right, fans, with us right now, here's the stud stable, Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. Jimmy?
Let me say something first here. I got a big question for Dutch. And Dutch, I know that you've got a lot of good words and answers for us, that you got us a title match. When is it signed, sealed, and delivered?
Well, I don't have a title match yet, but I've been working on it. I went down to talk to Bob Armstrong. That don't look like that, Jimmy. I've been trying. I've been in the offices, and Rob, I know y'all want to know an answer here. I was in the offices of Bob Armstrong, and what did he do? He asked me to leave. He said, get up and leave. So I got up and left, and he would not even talk to me. He said I was talking out of school, and it wasn't any of my concern. He wanted to talk to you guys.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, man. I don't want to bring you down a notch or nothing, but I got to say this. Maybe you should take a lesson from Jim Cornette. Let's face it, Jim Cornette is a very, very good manager. That's one thing I want to say for him. And there's one thing he does. He takes this team, and let's face it, they're a mediocre team, calls them heavenly bodies. Right away, they get a big football-sized head. They start thinking they're Arnold Schwarzeneggers. That's a great idea, Dutch, see? And what do when you got a bulldog and you're putting him in a big fight, maybe on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all week long, you get him a ragtag, good-for-nothing cur that he can just whoop on. Cornette does that for the heavenly bodies. Let's face it, who's got the pretty right here in Smoky Mountain? You never seen nothing prettier than who, Dutch?
Than you guys.
The stud stable. That's exactly right. One thing for sure, Buster, whether it comes down to them standing in our way, whether it comes down to the rock and roll that's got the belts, I'm going to guarantee you this. The first time the stud stable steps in the ring with either one of them, we're going to find out who the greatest tag team who ever wrestled in Smoky Mountain Wrestling is.
Well put there. Let me say something about them Rock and Roll Express, your so-called champions. There's you a couple of drugstore toy champions is what you ought to be calling them. We've beat them many times. We can beat them heavenly bodies. Let me tell you a little bit about our background. Let me start with Roy Welch. our grandfather, who invented professional wrestling, was one of the toughest wrestlers in the whole country. His dad right here, Buddy Fuller, was a great promoter, a great wrestler. My daddy, Billy Golden, was one of the best wrestling promoters in the world today. We're born champions, brother. We deserve a title match. We deserve to get it, Dutch, and we demand it. You got that?
We are going to
I don't care who it takes. We deserve it.
There's been some interesting developments, there's no doubt about it, between these guys, between the Rock and Roll, and between the Heavenly Bodies. And speaking of those two, let's go back and see some of the action that took place between the Heavenly Bodies and the Rock and Roll at Christmas Chaos.
Gibson went for the tag. Double team. Both Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard double teaming Ricky Morton. Gibson wants in this match. He's still outside. He is steaming because he can't get in this match. They have done a lot of damage to his tag team partner, Ricky Morton. Here's Cornette. Second strand of ropes pointing to the elbow. He's going to drop the elbow. And we had Morton rolling out. Cornette comes down on his elbow. So let's see if Morton can do a little damage to Jim Cornette now, because he can't make the tag. He does. He crawls on his knees to make the tag. Gibson gets the tag. He comes in. One-man wrecking crew right here as he goes to work on Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard. Ricky Morton, Stan Lane, Tom Pritchard, Robert Gibson. Cornette comes in, rakes his hands across the eyes. Robert Gibson ducks on lets Tom Pritchard clothesline Jim Cornette. He bulldogs Stan Lane to the canvas. Body slams Cornette. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden have come ringside, wrestling fans. Earlier, they're asked for a challenge. It looks like Tom Pritchard trying to load a boot or something. Gibson comes up with he's applying the sleeper. Tom Pritchard, foot into the back of the head. Robert Gibson, he goes for the pin. Jimmy Golden. Robert Fuller distracting the action here. Three count as the Rock and Roll Express win it. Well, they got some help from Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden. Golden and Fuller coming back in the ring. They're going to have a few words with the Heavenly Bodies. Stan Lane and Tom Pritchard mix it up with Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller. So, wrestling fans, this match is not over. They asked for a match with the winners. They're taking on the losers in this match, and Cornette is coming inside. He got Jimmy Golden in the back of the head with the tennis racket. Now he lets Golden have it in the back, and Robert Fuller being double teamed, and he shoots that handle into the midsection of Robert Fuller. Cornette coming back to hit Jimmy Golden with a tennis racket. Mark Curtis outside. He hits Jim Cornette, hitting Robert Fuller, Tom Pritchard, and well, here comes the Rock and Roll Express. They're going at it. Rock and Roll Express taking on Tom Pritchard and Stan Lane once again. Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller were feeling the brunt of the Cornette tennis racket, Stan and Tom. So we had some help from Fuller and Golden earlier, and now Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson come back in to help Golden and Fuller. But still, they refuse to shake the hands of Robert and Ricky, the Rock and Roll Express. Are they going to do it? Well, no! Look at there! Fuller and Golden take on the Rock and Roll Express. What a strange turn of events this has been. First, they help them out, and then they're helped out in turn by the Rock and Roll Express, and now they turn on them. This is not a way to get a championship match, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy Smothers. White Lightning, Tim Horner coming in to help the Rock and Roll Express as they are being beaten badly by Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden.
All right, fans, and here with us right now, the Heavenly Bodies, Jim Cornette. We just saw some of the action there between your team and the Rock and Roll. We heard from the Stud Stable. Jim, there's a lot going on between your team and those other two teams right now.
You know, I guess these people out here being from Tennessee, they think the Stud Stable is something. Well, I'll tell you something. I don't think the Stud Stable is nothing. I think they're sticking their nose in our business, and that's not where it belongs. Now you hear the Fullers and the Goldens talking about their great family legacy, their great history all these years. Let me tell you something. Robert Fuller, the only work that your father ever did was supervised by a man holding a shotgun. And as far as the rest of the stinking family goes, I hear they're going to have a big family reunion. They're going to schedule it just as soon as the parole board meets. But Stud Stable, you better stick your nose in somebody else's business besides the Heavenly Bodies, because we want the Rock and Roll Express, and we ain't in the mood for nobody to get in our way of getting them. We want our belts back.
You know, we have nothing against sandlot football teams. We have nothing against semi-pro baseball players, and we have nothing against minor league hockey players, and we have nothing against Fuller and Golden. As far as small-time regional champions, yeah, they're some of the best. But they should stick to the little armories and the moose lodges and the high schools and leave the international stars, the cable TV, the guys that travel around the entire world. They should leave the big jobs to us. And I'm talking about the Rock and Roll Express. Fuller and Golden, stand aside and let the big boys eat.
You may have beaten people around here, and they might consider you a great team around this area. But the fact of the matter is, since the very inception, since the very first time here at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the Heavenly Bodies and Jim Cornette have dominated the tag team scene. So Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, while they may call you the Stud Stable, and while all these local yokels may know who you are, we want you to know that we are known nationwide, and before it's all done, you'll realize that, and you will know who the Heavenly Bodies and Jim Cornette really are.
Well, fans,
I want to say one more thing. Tell your broadcast partner to stick to talking instead of trying to manage or be associated with the Stud Stable. I'd hate to see anything happen to our friendship.
That's right.
I'm sure, fans, we haven't heard the last of this. We're going to be back. We got great action coming up right after this.
Hi, we're Sawyer Brown, and when we're in the Smoky Mountains, we watch Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to the total combined weight of 504 pounds, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, and the Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight champion, the Dirty White Boy.
Well, this is the match I talked about. The tag team matchup, the Dirty White Boy and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff first. And probably making their way to the ring right now. The Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin and Tim Horner. No love lost between these men.
Oh, Dutch, and that's putting it very mildly. And you see, Ronnie Garvin has still got at least a piece of that robe that he took earlier from Mr. Wonderful.
With a total combined weight of 468 pounds, the Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin and White Lightning Tim Horner.
That robe is sort of shrunk a little bit in there, Dutch.
Well, let's put things in its proper perspective, Bob. You see Tim Horner and Ronnie Garvin standing there. They're both about the same height, probably the same weight, and with probably the same outlook on life, and that outlook being, if you can't buy it, just steal it. And I hate to say that. I'm a Christian man.
Earlier, did you see Tim Horner come and give the belt back?
Well, it was about time. He's had it a month. It's about time. He brought it back. But yet, by that same token, Ronnie Garvin still has Paul Orndorff's $15,000 robe. At one time, I thought maybe $2,000 or $3,000.
There's only about $5,000 left of it, though, Dutch.
That's about all.
It's going to be a wild one. I tell you, you can expect anything to happen.
It's going to be a wild match. Anything's going to be going in this match. And you see Ron Wright outside the ring there. just available in the case that Dirty White Boy does need some moral support or any kind of advice.
Well,
he is there to give it, and we saw him down in Dirty with Dutch. He has given a young man by the name of Reno Riggins an opportunity of a lifetime to join up with Ron Wright. Now, so he'd have to carry a few bags and polish a few shoes and get Mr. Wright's medication. For a while, he has to pay his dues, but in return, what he would get would be a wrestling education that if you had to go to a university to get, it would cost at least $50, $60, maybe $75,000 if you wanted to pay tuition and board at a state university. Of course, they don't teach it, but Mr. Wright has given Reno Riggins that opportunity, and to me, I think he should grasp it.
Well, we hope that Ron Wright only gives him advice. But you saw Tim Horner, White Lightning in against the Dirty White Boys. The bell sounded. Here come Mr. Wonderful in, and right on him was Horner. Boy, I tell you, Horner is psyched up for this, Dutch. He's ready to go. There's a lot been building up in Horner as far as the Dirty White Boy is concerned. Now, White Boy has hit him over the head with bottles. He's hung him up in the ring. He's done a number of things to Horner, and Horner has always been able to come back.
Okay, he's come back, but in the meantime, what did he do while he was coming back? He stole Smoky Mountain Wrestling's heavyweight belt. That is actually the property of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but in the physical possession of the Dirty White Boy, he stole it and was only shamed into bringing it back just today.
Well, we're talking about Tim Horner, of course, fans, and his partner outside the ring, the man with the hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin. And Dutch, you've been around professional wrestling a long time, just like I have. You certainly know.
You've been around a lot longer than I have.
You certainly know.
You was around the turn of the century.
You certainly know, Dutch. There's no doubt, and there cannot be in your mind, that if Ronnie Garvin ever lands that right hand on the jaw of either Mr. Wonderful or the Dirty White Boy, it can certainly be lights out for him.
Well, yeah, it can be. Oh, big punch by Horner.
Well, the White Boy went to the wrong corner. He ran right into Ronnie Garvin. He goes down from another big right now from Tim Horner. And the White Boy out of the ring. He's going to need more than a little moral support right now from Ron Wright. He's going to need some mighty good number A1 advice.
Bob, have a little faith. It's early in the match. You know, I'm sure that Orndorff and Dirty White Boy at this point are feeling out Horner and Garvin, and they're going to see exactly what kind of fastball they're going to throw.
Well, don't you know, too, Dutch, though, that with a desire, and that means so much, Tim Horner has got it. It's all pent up in him. He's ready to go. He's wanting this thing more than anything else right now. Here's the Dirty White Boy.
Let me ask you something. When Jim Cornette was out here just a few seconds ago, what did he say about me?
He said, Dutch, mind your own business.
I am minding my own business.
He says, stick to talking and stay out of managing where you don't belong.
He didn't say that. He did. Okay.
He said he didn't want anything to come between you. I didn't know you were friends with Cornette.
I have lots of friends.
What kind of company you're keeping.
I have lots of friends. But Cornette is borderline right now if he's talking about me.
Here's Ronnie Garvin in, and as he faces Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and you talked about the bad blood, Dutch, we did between the White Boy and Tim Horner. What about Garvin now and Orndorff? Garvin had that robe and cut it to pieces.
Couple elbows
back in the corner.
Bob, I was talking. Whoa! Now, can I say something? A couple elbows in the corner by Orndorff, and what does he get? Oh!
It gets him a big right hand in return now from Ronnie Garvin. And again, he comes face to face with Tim Horner over in the opposite corner. From a big hard right hand. Orndorff can't take many of those and keep getting up. There's a turnbuckle. He's been in trouble now since he got in the ring, Dutch.
The match is still early. At the end of this, then we'll see who's standing tall. You know, I'm the Danny Sheridan of professional wrestling. This is a pickle match to start off with, but I'm going to have to say, I think the edge still has to go to White Boy and Orndorff. Now, both teams are not established teams. All these men are singles wrestlers in tag team situations right now. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's a very important point.
Well, I get paid to make points like that, and a lot of fans overlook these subtleties of wrestling, but not me because I'm paid, and paid pretty good, I might add, to bring these little things to the fans' forefront.
Well, it's not very often that you're going to find a match where you got a tag team match going, where you've got primarily 4 singles wrestlers in, but 4 guys that have got the bad blood between them that these two teams have. And it's been building now over a long, long time, and it's all coming to head here in this special match.
Well, I guess it would have some bad blood if you have Tim Horner stealing something that belonged to you and Ronnie Garvin stealing something that belonged to you. You'd have some bad blood, bad feelings sort of too, wouldn't you, Bob?
I think I would.
Even the good, outstanding, upstanding American citizen that you are, you would still feel bad about those gentlemen in the other corner.
Oh, and now Orndorff showing you that he's got some power. Well, he had Garvin over near the corner. He came with that forearm uppercut. That floored Garvin. Now we got a tag. We got a switch. The dirty white boy comes in. Here's a guy knows how to maul you, stomp you, kick you, bite you, beat you. Any way he can do it. That's what the white boy will do. And Ron Wright outside the ring loves it.
Wrestling fans, keep in mind, Smoky Mountain Wrestling is coming to Barberville, Kentucky tonight at the Knox Central High School. Bell time 8 p.m. We'll see you in just a few hours. You will see Kevin Sullivan against primetime Brian Lee. And for the Smoky Mountain title in a grudge match, the Dirty White Boy defending against White Lightning and Tim Horner tonight in Barberville.
You know, last time right there in Barberville, I was in a six-man with my friends, my buddies, the Rock and Roll Express. Then, White Boy, you saw fit to run out and want to slam my head in the concrete, and I ain't forgot it one bit because the knot's still there. Well, this time it is a grudge match, but it is for the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight title. Beating you ain't no problem because I proved I can do that. And in Barberville, I'm going to prove it again, White Boy.
It's Smoky Mountain Wrestling tonight in Barberville for the tag team titles. The Rock and Roll Express against the Heavenly Bodies. If the Rock and Roll Express wins, they get 5 minutes alone with Jim Cornette.
You know, brother, now we can't wait because Jimmy Cornette, you've been throwing outside for a long, long time. We get through the Heavenly Bodies, boy, you better watch out. We got 5 minutes with you.
That's right, Robert. It's getting to the time like it used to be when the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express. You always had that feeling that somebody was watching you. You always had to keep looking over your shoulder because you didn't know what Jimmy Cornette was up to. One thing about this match here, Jimmy Cornette, the last time that we were in Barberville, you might have slicked us once. Shame on you, baby. Slick us twice, shame on us. Because right here in Barberville, we got one thing on our mind. And that is to beat your Heavenly Bodies and get our hands on you, Jimmy Cornette. You see, throughout all the time we have met Jimmy Cornette, he's been so obsessed over these belts right here. He wanted them so bad that he'd go to any extreme to get them. Remember one thing, Jimmy Cornette. Right here in Barberville tonight, if we beat your Heavenly Bodies, that means we get 5 minutes along with you in the ring. And you see, he's always been known to bring that tennis racket down there in case his team's in trouble. But we got a surprise for you, Jimmy Cornette. We always have an ace in the hole. And our ace in the hole is, baby, bring your tennis racket on down there because we got one for you. And we're going to see if it might fit. We see you right here in Barberville tonight. Bring it on down, baby. Take your best shot, but don't blow it.
Now Garvin trying to get to the corner, trying to make a tag to Horner. Here's Orndorff through the ropes. He's got the attention of the referee.
Did he make a tag?
But the referee did not see it.
The referee did not see the tag.
Boy, Garvin's going to be double teamed, and he's pounded there by both of them. Dutch, you talked about these four guys. They're all veterans. He was mentioning the tremendous career that Garvin has had as he gets a foot across the rope just in the nick of time to stop that count. Now hooking the leg is Orndorff, but he gets the other foot across. These guys, all four of them are veterans, Dutch. They've been in against the finest wrestling competition, professional wrestling competition around the world, and that professional wrestling has to offer. They're all tremendous competitors and great athletes. They know how to take the pounding, they know how to dish it out, and they know how to come back.
Well, talking about dishing it out, Garvin knows how to dish it out, but the question remains right now, how much can he take? And I don't think, see that big tape fist of Dirty White Boy?
Man,
it's not taped just for decorations. It's taped up for power.
Well, they say, yeah, he's got that hand taped like a boxer, and you saw him just measure Ronnie Garvin for that right hand.
Now, if you look at that tape fist, you are allowed to tape your fist in professional wrestling, but the knuckles can't be taped. But still, when you tape it up to support that wrist, that makes it a very powerful weapon, and I'm sure that Commissioner Bob Armstrong has checked it, and I'm sure it's a borderline infraction right now.
Well, for the second time, Horner gets sent back out of the ring. And again, for the second time, Garvin over near the corner of Orndorff, and the Dirty White Boy was just being mauled and stomped. They had a leg right down across the throat choking him. And that's exactly what the White Boy had now. Looked like he almost had some version of the sleeper on him. Garvin trying to get down the ropes, trying to get into a position for a tag. He's just an inch or two away at the moment, and he missed it. Here comes Orndorff. Well, he made the tag. Did the referee see it that time? Again, he sends Orndorff out. Here comes Horner, and Horner again. is going to be sent out by the referee. The third time that this has happened now to Tim Horner.
Well, it looks like Mr. Garvin is on a little bit like Dream Street, wouldn't you say, Bob?
And he's taking some real blows, and again he tries to get back to that corner.
Well,
he's taking a tremendous amount of his energy and all the strength that he's got left to try to get over to make a tag, Dutch. He spent a lot of energy trying to do that. Taken down again by Orndorff.
Now you see the legal tag work there. That's legal. And the referee saw it. It's illegal right in front of the referee. And you see Orndorff and Dirty White Boy following the rules, even though they are pounding Garvin unmercifully and pounding him relentlessly. Still, they are following the rules. And the basic rule says you've got to make a tag, a visible tag to your partner in the corner, which is what they're doing.
Garvin trying to come back with the elbow. He got the elbow a couple of times right into the midsection of the Dirty White Boy. Now Garvin reaching up for a tag. He's gone to the wrong corner again, Dutch.
But he's disoriented.
And Orndorff cuts him off.
Anytime these guys pound you like that, it's very easy to get turned around inside the ring.
Garvin just not sure where he was in the ring. He had time to get over to his corner to make a tag. That's about the second or third time he's gone to the wrong corner. And he's down on his back in the corner now as Orndorff reaches down, lifts him up, just going to measure him.
Whoa.
Garvin with a right. Dutch, he doesn't have a lot of power behind that move right now.
Pile driver. See referee Mark Curtis say
it's
no.
Illegal. He better not do it. He'll be fined. Back toss instead. And again, Garvin has not made the corner.
Now you know why? Do you know why?
White boy.
Do you know why that Garvin was able to lift Orndorff over? Because when he got him in position, the referee immediately slid in and says, "Don't do it." That gave Garvin the opening that he was looking for. Just that moment's hesitation, and he can put him over and escape from that hole.
Boy, Garvin has been in for the longest time, and what a pounding he's taking. And they trade right hand, but there's not a lot of steam.
No, not a lot of snapping those punches. That one had a little bit of steam on it.
The White Boy comes over the ropes. They both go down as they collide. Out near the center of the ring. Can Garvin give the tag now? They're both on their back.
3, 4. It looks like a 5 count. White Boy stirring. Is that a 7?
And the White Boy made the tag. So here comes Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff again. Look how high he got to the air for that elbow. He missed that one. Now here's the tag. We got fresh man in the ring right now as Horner really goes at it. Down goes Orndorff. In comes the White Boy, and he takes the right. Horner's going to clean house with him.
Well, he's been over there in the corner like he's bought a ticket all night long. He really hasn't done anything. He should be fresh. But right now the momentum is turned toward Garvin and Horner. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. White Boy out of the ring.
He went through the ropes from a right hand by Garvin, and Garvin's out after him. And it looked like Ron Wright tried to hand the Dirty White Boy something.
Wait a minute. Garvin has got Ron Wright. He's got a crippled man.
Garvin has got Wright, and he draws back that right hand.
He's talking to Wright.
He just measured him, almost drives home that right hand as he got Ron Wright right there. And Wright's pleading with him.
Big punch.
Horner is down out in the ring.
Horner's down.
He's covered.
Referee sliding in, Mark Curtis.
He's counted 3.
I told you my prediction held true.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, and the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Dirty White Boy.
All right, fans, there are our winners. Next week, our TV champion will be crowned right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Also, Kevin Sullivan against the Stomper next week right here.